Welcome back. Time now for news from the left. First up, the closest you'll ever see the Atlantic get to admitting that the White House is a full-blown disaster. In this little op-ed here, why Biden shouldn't run in 2020. Now, the headline was good enough, right? Oh, okay, wow, the Atlantic actually trying to go against the grain for a second. But then you look at the sub-headline. Yes, he's fit to be president right now, but he's too old for the next election, according to Mark Leibovich, who is apparently blind and deaf and dumb. I mean, can you imagine? That's their take. Oh no, it's totally fine for right now, but on the next time, this is as close as you can get. The Atlantic will never. I mean, Joe Biden, he could collapse the entire country, which he's basically doing, and that's as close as the Atlantic's going to get. So I mean, that's basically like the Atlantic just saying we have a full-fledged disaster on our hands. They basically work for the DNC. So for them to say that much is rather astonishing. Shows you just how bad it's gotten. Next up, watching MSNBC last night, you would have learned that even though Democrats have effectively destroyed your country in 18 months, you better vote for more of this mayhem or we're really doomed.
You know what, women? You think you're losing your rights now? What do you think is going to happen if we don't have democracy? You know what, African Americans? You think things are tough for you right now? Where do you think you're going to stand in a country in America where there's no democracy? We've got to let these people understand that they've got skin in this game, and we got to scare the hell out of them.
Got to scare the hell out of them. That's exactly right. That is precisely the plan. Ruin everything and then scare you into voting for them again. Can you imagine if we had to go back to the Trump years? When we had that plague of insensitive tweets that threatened all of mankind? We mustn't ever go back. Food shortages, hyperinflation, energy crisis, nothing compared to those horrific Trump years when the economy was rocking and everybody had money and things were at least a little bit prosperous in this country, as opposed to right now when it's tanking on all ends. Next up, George Washington University doesn't have the greatest reputation, and this will hurt even more. They're going to stop using its Colonials name by 2023. University officials said the use of the name has divided the community and can no longer serve its purpose as a name that unifies. It's so divisive, the word colonial, which, by the way, is defined as a native or inhabitant of a colony. This is what triggers woke America today, the reference to the people who sailed across the ocean blue and came to the United States 250 years ago and lived in the initial colonies of the United States. That triggers them so much that they can't even breathe. They just lock up. They're horrified by it. Oh, we must protect them. We got to get rid of the name. Moving along, yesterday we told you that CNN's new boss advised staff to stop calling Trump's election claims the big lie, and now we're hearing reports that Brian Stelter's days at the network may be numbered. Maybe that's because he only says the big lie. It's like the only thing he knows how to say. John Nicosia tweeting out, Stelter is down to weeks, if not days, left at CNN. They go on, he is everything that reminds the new owners of the Zucker era they desperately want to get past. More to come. I guess they finally realized they need a reliable source on reliable sources. Maybe the one-sided network really is going through an extreme makeover, or maybe the fact has to do with the fact that last week's the show had its worst rated episode since 2019. Could be partly that too. Finally, if you hadn't noticed, the people really leading this country are older than dirt, and it's really starting to show. We're not sure if Nancy Pelosi knows what year she's in, but we can certainly tell you that she doesn't know what war she's in.
We have the war in Iraq. We have COVID, which has...
Yep, we still got a war in Iraq, apparently, according to old Nancy. And finally, aren't you tired of seeing CNN playing at airports and restaurants? Well, you can ask your server if they could change the channel and change it to Newsmax and then set a picture of it. iSpottedNewsmax.com is where you're going to send it to be featured on TV. Kenneth W. spotted Newsmax at Frankie's Bar and Grill in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Drop by and give him some business and watch a little of the show. We love our restaurants that carry Newsmax.